I just woke up. Y'all are a lot nicer than Americans, to be completely honest. I would never get this much love from TikTok. I'm genuinely surprised. And I can't tell if y'all are pulling my leg or being sincere. Thank you, I guess.
I think it would take somebody from my generation to kind of clarify a few things, because we're not afraid to just say it like it is. Our countries have been in competition for a long time. We both know that. And we've been closed off from each other. And we each have our own perspective of each other. When we moved over here, we didn't know what to expect.
I'm glad you stopped by, Music Joa. Thank you so much for supporting Comfort for Life. So here's the thing. It's another compilation. Chinese folks are kinda scratching their heads like, why are Americans so emotional? Meanwhile, Americans are over here also trying to wrap their heads around why Chinese kindness goes far beyond what they ever expected. Like, it's blowing their minds. And get this, please. Some Americans can't even focus at work because they are stuck thinking about Chinese people they have seen on RedNote. This is wild, right? As we jump into this video, as we listen to the few clips that I've been able to put together, I would invite us to chat about what is going on here. I know you love it already. Like the video for recommendation, subscribe if you're new here, and then dive into today's RedNote compilation and enjoy the rest. Stay tuned.
Ni hao to our friends in China. You guys, I have to say, you have to stop being so cool, because us Americans are having a hard time going to work and focusing on work when you guys are so cool, and all we want to do is talk to you and send you messages and videos and hang out with you. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to go to work today and focus and get my work done. I'm struggling at home to do anything but be online talking to you guys. And let me tell you, your pictures of your babies and your kids and your cute cats dressed up, stop it. I love it. I want all of it. I want all of it. And I want lots more of it. So keep them coming. We're excited. Be patient with us getting back and forth to you. We still have to kind of translate and upload stuff. That takes time, because everything we're uploading and sending to you has to get reviewed first. Okay, so it takes a minute. But keep them coming. We're loving it. We're loving it. Take care. We'll talk soon.
One American got almost 750,000 Chinese followers in just 2 days on a new account in China. And that is Speed. And he's in China. We Chinese call him hypothyroidism guy because his eyes are so intense. When he's here, Chinese started chanting at him. But no, it's not racism. In Chinese, nigga just means that, like saying, is Speed joining singing too? Absolute legend. A random dude brought out a watermelon and smashed it with his bare hands, and Speed did it too. And this iced tea, we call it Kobe Bryant tea. Guess why? Speed has accidentally become China's best cultural ambassador, and he shows the real and filtered China. No propaganda, just authentic fun. What do you think of his trip in China? Follow me and leave your thoughts in the comments.
The last time I was in China, I made a new friend. His name is Boshen. I'm not sure if I got the pronunciation correctly. Anyhow, he gave me this gift. He told me that he made it by hand, and it's made of pine. And I can still smell the pine oil like it was made yesterday. Now, he told me what it was, but I would like you to tell me what it is.
我已经开始学英语了，只是学的没这么好。简单的口语。你已经开始学了，但是只是没学那么好吧？哦 ，See you， 哇塞，跟你们聊天很开心。See you， 拜拜，就是 See you， 好像是再见，对，就跟再见一样。我还以为是你好了。哦，没有，你好是 Hello。就跟中国人经常说 hello 也差不多吧。哎呀，这不用，你舍不得我，小朋友都舍不得了，舍不得走，对吧？你在这里过夜吗？ 没有，我现在开完播就走啦。
那下次你再来吧。
我下次明天这大概5点半回来可以吗？
不行。
现在大概是5点半。你明天你想让我几点回来呀？
明天不行，明天我正在开车的路上回老家呢。
哎呀，那你下次回来是什么时候呀？
让我想想。
Why don't Chinese people split the bill? Good observation. This is a stark difference between Chinese and Western culture. In Western cultures, splitting the bill or going Dutch is rather common, representing fairness, independence, and the idea that everyone should pay for their own share. But in China, picking up the tab carries deeper significance. It's not just about money or generosity, it's actually a meaningful social gesture. You might have experienced this. You're out dining with your friends in China. As you're ready to pull out your phone and pay for your share, your Chinese friends have already rushed to pick up the entire bill. Now, if you insist on splitting the bill too much, you are unintentionally making your Chinese friends feel you're overpolite and you're distant. Because Chinese culture emphasizes relationships, or 关系, as we call them in Chinese. We think that paying for a meal is a powerful way to build and maintain and strengthen these bonds. In business, if a boss is paying his or her team a meal, that's a gesture of showing appreciation or strengthening unity. Amongst friends, it's saying, hey, we're close. We don't need to count every penny. Now, there's a famous Chinese phrase called 礼尚往来, meaning courtesy demands reciprocity. It's a bit like in the UK or in America, when you go to a friend's place, you bring a bottle of wine or a gift. In China, paying for a meal is how goodwill is expressed and how we build a cycle of generosity. However, I must admit that splitting the bill is gaining more popularity amongst younger generations in China. It's seen as a more practical, modern, and fair way to deal with relationships. But I am a rather traditional man, and I still think that if you come to China, I should pay for your meal. That's just me. What about you? Do you prefer splitting the bill, or do you think you also enjoy a sense of pride when picking up the tab? Let me know in the comments.
小红 trying to put my finger on what it is different about Chinese people and American people, and here it is. Chinese people have been taught empathy. They have empathy. They feel bad for complete strangers that they don't know. You don't see very many Americans like that. That is the biggest difference. And that empathy has driven their country to succeed in ways ours never is going to. Because instead of competition like in the United States, they have cooperation. And that cooperation comes from the empathy that they have for each other. That's it. That's the difference. I've had more empathy provided to me from complete strangers on this app than I have people in my life. Have a day.
Thank you for learning English through my songs. I love you so much, Anna-san.
I posted earlier, yesterday, I think, asking our Chinese friends, what are some things that you have learned about Americans over the last few months that might be new, that you've learned about their personalities? And one of the things they said is that we're extremely sensitive and emotional, and literally, like, reading through the comments, I am like tearing up because there's so many like nice things that they said, even harsh things that are like so correct. And I think it makes us emotional because as Americans, like, life is hard here, but it's also good. There's good people, there's bad people, but I feel like it just feels good to be seen and understood, and there's so much empathy and understanding. And yeah, I'm a crybaby. It made me cry. Thank you to my Chinese friends on Xiaohongshu.
When you get into the Xiaohongshu or scrolling down the content of the social media, make sure you check the comments, because I think over the last couple of days, if you really carefully reading the comments from both sides in different languages, I think that's the most touching part, because a lot of people are shedding their tears from both sides. And I remember today I saw one video from a lady called Mary Jo, and there's so many comments, and she was in tears in the video, and a lot of people shared her feeling, and I was a little bit emotional as well. So make sure you read the comments, not just look at the content.
Hi everyone, my name's Terry Sweetberry, and today I want to talk about suicide here in America, because the suicide rate is increasing, and I just hope that talking about my best friend's story will help others. The last few text messages that I got from my best friend before he shot himself was this. He texted me saying to fight for him, and that he loved me, that he was my best friend, and that I was a sister to him. I told him that I loved him and that he was my best friend as well. I got really concerned and I asked him, how are things? When he said bad, I knew something was wrong. I started texting him, I started calling him, and he never answered again. When I got home, I thought I heard a gunshot because I lived right down the street from him. So that's when I really started to freak out. And my mom tried to calm me down. She said there's a gun range nearby. It probably wasn't from his house. And then I heard an ambulance. I heard a siren. I went outside and I said to myself, please just don't go to his house. Just don't go to his house. But it did. And when it did, I collapsed on the ground. I started screaming uncontrollably. My neighbors came out to see what was going on because I was screaming so loud. I saw as the ambulance went there and then drove past my house with him inside. Then later that day, his grandma came to my house and told me what happened. I remember I gave him a jacket, so I asked his grandma if I could have the jacket back because I figured it would smell like him. And she told me that he shot himself in my jacket that I gave him and that I had too much blood on it. So they couldn't retrieve it, it had to be burned. His funeral was the worst because people went there only to skip school. They didn't actually care about him. His story is one of thousands in America. He got bullied for his color, for the color of his skin. Recently, a little girl who was 11 years old in America committed suicide because people were saying how they were going to call ICE on her family. Right here, her name was Jocelyn. And like I said, suicide rates in America are just rising. Someone asked in my last video, do Asian Americans, Chinese descent Americans get bullied? Do they get discriminated against? Yes. And the suicide rate for Asian Americans are rising as well. Over the past 25 years, it has risen for men 75% and for women 125%. In America, the suicide rate for men is also increasing and very high. Every 11 minutes, someone dies from suicide here in America. And I just want to say, if you're thinking of suicide, if you're going through something, please get mental help. You don't realize how much your family and friends would miss you because they will miss you forever. It has been 7 years since my best friend committed suicide and my brother, and I still think about him. It still breaks my heart, and every day I wish he was here. So if you're going through something like this, if you're going through depression, if you're thinking of suicide, please reach out for help. You are loved, you are cherished. Just please remember that. We were all put on this earth for a reason. We were all meant for a reason. So please reach out for help. It's never too late. Have a great day, you guys. Stay safe. I'm sorry this was a heavy topic, but I just felt like I needed and I wanted to talk about it.
So I've been getting some questions. It seems that we have both been lied to by entities. It's not that Americans are lazy, it's that we are so overworked. We work nonstop. We're gonna work until we die. None of us have any savings. We are all essentially one medical emergency away from homelessness. We live paycheck to paycheck. Many of us need more than one job to survive, which means that most of us are working more than 40 hours a week. Most of us are depressed. We are in a lot of debt. Yes, you do have to pay for an ambulance, and it is very expensive. So when we need an ambulance, we get an Uber. A lot of us can't really afford groceries. There's many days where we have to choose between paying bills or eating. Anyway, if you have any more questions.
Hi, China. So I've been watching the videos going back and forth, and because I'm older, I read the comments. And I think it would take somebody from my generation to kind of clarify a few things, because we're not afraid to just say it like it is. Our countries have been in competition for a long time. We both know that. And we've been closed off from each other. And we each have our own perspective of each other. When we moved over here, we didn't know what to expect. And what we found was an emotional, warm welcome, which was probably what most of us didn't expect. My younger generations are crying from a place of love and appreciation, not from a place of weakness. Our emotions are our greatest asset and also our greatest weakness. And somehow there has to be a balance in between. Some of us have found it, others have not. The beautiful thing is, we're learning, we're growing, and we're finally becoming.
Just some honest thoughts after making a few dozens of videos. I used to think it's impossible for us to fully understand each other because of our cultural differences. However, through the interactions with you guys from all over the world, I just realized how similar we all are. We might be different in terms of how we look, the languages we speak, or the holidays we celebrate. But by the end of the day, we all just want the same things in life. Affordable housing, good healthcare system, safe neighborhood, and of course, delicious food. So instead of holding stereotypes against each other, let's all try to understand each other. The next time when we see or hear something we don't quite understand, it doesn't really matter whether we like it or not. Let's try to understand the reasons behind it. Because I believe if something exists, there must be reasons behind it. Only after we understand the reasons, we might be able to better connect. Otherwise, it will just cause more troubles and misconceptions between us. Anyways, I just feel super grateful for the opportunities we have here, and I wish I can continue to learn from you guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic day ahead, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
You've watched to this extent. What are you thinking about? Share your thoughts in the comment section. So here's the cool part. Chinese and Americans are like, yeah, we are not so different at all. The more the walls between them are falling, the more they are realizing that they have the same stuff inside. The same feeling, the same length, and the same stuff as human being. But wait, I was waiting to end that part. So wait, if we are all alike, why do we think